Hey, joining us next on the MARR Army Rock Show, we have got from Detroit, Michigan band Kaleido, their vocalist Christina. They've got a new album coming out on May 19th entitled Experience. Christina, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure having you, and I've got a little sneak peek behind the curtain at some of the songs that are going to be coming out off of Experience, and I've really been enjoying listening to those. So, hey, let's start telling folks a little about the album. Now, how long was this thing in the making?
We have been working on this for about 2 years as far as writing it and recording it. So it's finally coming out, and I'm almost like pinching myself because it felt like it was just never going to come out, but it's finally almost here.
Now, I think it was part of the challenge. You guys play a lot of live shows from what I can see. Was that part of the challenge in getting the record released?
Yeah, and we were touring a lot, and we wanted to take our time with this one and really let it sink in and make sure that we enjoyed all the songs that we were constructing the album with. And so we just took our time and didn't rush anything and kept in the forefront of our minds that we really wanted to try to capture what we sound like live. And so we just took our time, and I'm really happy with how it turned out.
So one of the things I saw that really intrigued me was that you've got a song, Love and War, that Dryden from Alien Ant Farm worked on. How'd you guys hook up with him?
Yeah, actually, Alien Ant Farm is some of our best friends in the whole world. We consider them like our brothers. They took us out on our very first national tour, and we just hit it off right away and became really close. And we also did our very first tour of the UK with them as well. So we were touring on the West Coast, and we had an opportunity to go over to Mike Cosgrove's house, he's the drummer, and work with the guys on 2 songs. And Love and War ended up featuring Dryden. And then also we recorded Die Tryin' with them as well, right in Riverside, California.
Wow, those are actually they're the 2 songs that are kind of floating around out there now that people can pick up, aren't they?
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. I'd encourage people to go out and check them out. Now, one of the things I found interesting is the variety and style in your band. And, I was listening today, and you've got Trouble in Paradise out there that's almost got like a reggae sound to it. Tell us about that tune.
Yeah, that tune is just kind of exactly what you said. It's got a reggae vibe. All the members in our band have really diverse influences, and we all came up loving music and loving lots of different kinds of music. And so when we get together to write, we really embrace everyone's different styles, and we kind of just let it flow how it's going to flow. And that one turned out like that. I think it's a really cool vibe to that song.
It's definitely a little different than the other tunes on the album, and you're looking around today, I saw there's a music video out for that I suspect might get a little bit of attention from some people. So tell us about the making of that music video.
Well, we went down to Key West, and our friend Taco, shout out to Taco, let us film on his property right in Key West, right on the water, and it was just so gorgeous, and we really could not have picked a better spot to film that. And it just really was one of the greatest experiences I've ever had filming a music video. We shot it over 2 days. It was super chill. We got to vacation while working, basically. And the second day when we filmed the scenes with the black dress, I was doing my hair and makeup inside, and I came out, and then this storm, we could see this storm in the distance, coming over the Gulf. And during just the first take all the way through the song, this storm reached us, started pouring on me, and just the production value of that, you couldn't pay any amount. It was like some Hollywood magic that the universe just served up on a platter for us right there. So it was magical, and like I said, the universe conspired to, bring all of that drama into the video. So that is one of my most favorite videos ever.
So I was thinking about, you guys being in the studio and what it must be like for your producer, because you have so many varied styles throughout the album. So who produced the album, and how did they manage to weave all the different styles you have into one record?
Well, we produced the album primarily ourselves, and we had some help from our friend Josh Dillon, who owns the studio that we recorded at called The Pipe Yard in Plymouth, Michigan, and also Nick Morris, who actually runs the label that we're on right now. It's an indie label called Luster Records. So they really get us. We've known Josh, especially Joey in the band, the drummer. He was in a band with Josh years ago. So we know those guys really well. They really get us. They really get Kaleido. And they let us do our thing. And it was really important for us to self-produce most of it because we wanted to capture what we are without too much of an outside influence. In the past, we've worked with other producers, and it's been great, and it's been a good learning experience. But for this album, it was really important for us to just go after what we do and who we are. And I think we got it, you know, and all of those different influences is totally like what Kaleido is, and all of those different sounds. You know, growing up in Detroit, we grew up listening to all kinds of music, you know, we listen to blues, we listen to rock, we listen to hip-hop, and we kind of just take all of that and that's Kaleido. We just smash it all together.
So you've got some pretty impressive live dates coming up, touring with a little band named Seether, some people may have heard of, and a guy named Rob Zombie. So
yeah.
Talk a little bit about those tours.
Oh, we are so stoked for Seether. We are leaving in just a couple days to start that one. It's like 42 days all the way from New York to California. We're covering a large chunk of the country, and we haven't toured since the end of 2016. So we've been kind of itching over here to get back on the road. And we're just a few days out now, but it's a dream come true because we have all admired and, you know, looked up to Seether for many, many years. So the fact that we're going to be able to share the stage with them every night is a real honor, and we're really looking forward to it.
And then what about Rob Zombie? Now, that's a little departure because Rob's got a little bit more of that industrial style than you guys do. How'd you hook up with that tour?
Yeah, we're doing dates with Rob Zombie, and that's going to be really exciting. Again, someone we've looked up to our entire lives, you know, on a level of not only musically, but just as an artist and a creator. And, yeah, it's just the pieces are falling into place for Kaleido. It's exciting, you know. We just keep on trucking, keep on working as hard as we can, and keep a positive attitude, and the universe is delivering.
Hey, I want to take you back a little ways, and I'm going to be embarrassed if this is a well-known thing, but I want to ask you, back from way in 2012, the song Goodbye, I was watching the video for that today, and it's obviously seems to be a tribute to somebody. Can you tell me the story behind that?
Yeah, I can. Right when we first started Kaleido, you know, no one knew who we were. We were just trying to get our whole thing together here in Detroit, and there was a guy named Freddie who owned a venue, and he kind of was like the first person that really supported us, and he let us play shows at his place, and he ran some ads for us, and he really liked our band, and he became a really, really, really close friend of ours. And he passed away very unexpectedly. I was actually in New York City, like, doing some interviews and stuff, and I got a call that he died, and it was just completely unexpected, and that song was written about him. I came home, we wrote it, like, a day or two after he passed away with our good friend Ty Stone, who's also an incredible songwriter and singer, recording artist, and I think that we really captured everyone's emotions and how it felt like going through that initially. It was just really tough, and we were mad and sad, and all kinds of feelings were floating around, and that's where that song came from. And unfortunately, since then, you know, the song has applied to other people that we've lost. But something really special about that song is that the video recently, I re-uploaded it onto Facebook, and it went viral. It got like 2 million views in a week, and I have been getting messages from hundreds of people all over the country and world letting me know how much that song means to them, that it's finally supplying words to describe how they feel about losing someone that they lost. So it's a very powerful song, and the circumstances of how it came about are really unfortunate and sad, but, you know, there's actually a positive side to the story and the song, is that it's helping a lot of people. So I'm really happy that it's able to do that.
Now, being that it's a mellower song, does it make it into the live set at any points?
When we end up headlining, we'll play that song, but when we're opening, we have such a short set, usually between like 30 and 40 minutes, and we don't normally do it in the shorter set just because we're so high energy.
Sure.
And so, like, balls to the wall. Playing that song really brings the set down, and it's also, like, super emotional for us to perform that song. It's like, it's eerie almost, because he was so involved. He was a musician himself, Freddie, and was so involved in our early career that I feel like he's, like, right there on stage with me, like, whenever I sing it, and it's tough. So we don't normally do it when we're doing the shorter sets, but we will do it when we're doing a headlining set, for sure.
Hey, so one last thing I want to ask you. I was nosing around some videos and know that you've had multiple experiences performing the national anthem at some sporting events, and I always kind of wonder, is that a fun experience or is it really stressful and a lot of pressure?
It's really stressful. I'm used to having my band with me and music, and on stage, I'm in my absolute element. I don't get stage fright. I feel almost more comfortable on stage than I do just in everyday normal life. But for some reason, doing that anthem, it is so stressful. It's so intense, and I've never forgotten the words. I'm going to knock on wood here really quickly. But, you know, right before, I'm just like singing it in my head, and just, you know, it's scary. But once you get to about like 2 lines from the end, you're like, okay, I'm gonna make it. And then everything's good, and the whole like stadium starts roaring. But yeah, I've had the opportunity to do that at some really big Detroit sporting events. I've done it for the Pistons, the Tigers, and also the Red Wings at the home opener after the lockout a few years ago. So it was a sold-out Joe Louis Arena. It was just really, really crazy. But it's not my favorite thing in the world, but it's an honor to do it, you know? So I always do it.
Well, it's a testament. It's a testament to your. It's a testament to your talent that that big of a professional sports franchises would ask you to do that for them. You know, they don't just bring anybody in. So kudos to you for that.
Yeah, you got it.
I want to let everybody know, once again, the new album Experience comes out on May 19th. The band is Kaleido out of Detroit, Michigan, and we'll spin up the tunes that are already released out there now in advance, and maybe go back and do that goodbye song since we talked about it a lot, and let folks hear that on the show tonight. So, Christina, Chris, singer of Kaleido, thanks for being on the show tonight.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for playing the music, and hopefully we will tour by you soon, and you can come rock out at a show.
All right, Christina, thanks a lot for being here.